Now, as you can see, progressed quite a bit over yesterday. Rain was very heavy, so it was unable to video. Couldn't hear the sound of it at all. However, it's all just transferable. But as I said, I have changed, altered and upgraded things as I've gone along. This, the trestle stand, the old one was wrong size, so totally remade it. But again, exactly the same. It holds the trestles. I have this elastic bungee which holds the ladder in place, but also if I want to hold any uprights in there. Quite commonly, shower screen doors, any glass panels, anything like that that can be delicate. I stand there, put the bungee around, it holds it very good. Bit of pipe that I made up, 4-inch pipe, just for dropping me odd bits of pipe work in, copper and plastic and stuff, so it's not kicking around. Saws were behind it up there, you see, on little butterfly fasteners that I made, so they're nice and safe and don't come off. In the bottom, this is what was once a boot tidy, and I've made it fit there just for gloves and stuff, so close to the door. Easy to get hold of. On the racks, I've got everything now loaded up. Now, manipulating the racks so that the things you're going to have on there can be lifted out, but they can't fall out. That's the whole aim of it. Things are not going to jump out. You're not going over the Rockies, so you don't have to tie everything down. You just need to make it so it won't slide around and can't come off. That's all. There's all the stuff still to do, because that's going to be for the drawer system, which is next. At the bottom here, against the bulkhead, I used to have all my ladders and such, but now I don't need. I've got the one at the door, and the fold-up one now just snicks in the back there nicely, so it's very convenient. I took it for a little drive yesterday, and I kept hearing this bang, bang, bang in the back. Oh, what is that? Came and examined it, and it was this ladder against the bulkhead. So I just got a piece of 22mm insulation, cut it in half, squirted some expanding foam into it, and stuck it in place. Now, it's not going nowhere, and no noise, nice and quiet again. Now, on the other side, remember I pointed out I was doing expanding foam. There it is, all cut back and clean. And you can see at the top, it's good and solid. Nothing's moving, all is really firm in place. But it hasn't actually done any damage to the bulkhead. It will clean off. A little bit of work, but it will clean off. No cost. Coming down, this side, I've got my bulk toolbox under the bottom there, which I had on the other one. It's got the bolt there to stop it sliding around, but it just pulls out, keeps all the things in. My general tool bag never has a permanent place, just gets thrown under the shelf. It doesn't live in here very long, not when I'm working. The next shelf, just a flat shelf, and I put the trims on around the edges, glued it on, and all it does, stops them sliding off. That's all. They might slide around, they're not going to come off, that's all that matters. I might put some divides in, I don't know. I probably will, just to stop them going that way and moving too fiercely as I'm doing wheelies round corners. But otherwise it should be okay. Above this is going to be about that height, the worktop with the vise on it, and under that of course will be the drawers that I need for housing all that lot. And moving up the wall, I've got my power station for battery tools, which I had in the last one. All I've done this time is move them higher up, so they're up near the top. It's good because it's at hand height, you know, you can reach them instead of bending over every time you're picking some up. It brings them right up. I didn't have the space last time for whatever reason. Oh yeah, because the pipe stuff over the top. This time I have, and up they are, so good and convenient. They just fasten with L brackets. It's flexible, but it's not going to come off. It's good and solid. I had to upgrade the ply wallboarding that they'd put on. They'd only used a couple of screws, which made it all very loose, so I just drilled it and put a few more in. That's stabilised everything. So now what I need to do is get a top piece cut, scribed and made to fit this area that I want. Get it to the workshop and then start building the drawers to go underneath it. Here it is. Isn't that lovely and clear? And you see, despite how much I put in there, you can't really, even after 12 years, you can't really tell everything I've done, because it's all board is back to normal again. I've left them in there because it's a useful idea for anybody that owns a van like this. So I assume whoever's going to buy this from the auction will be a tradesman. And even if he's not a tradesman, if he's a delivery man, again, long things can go up there. That carry a 2.8 metre piece. So it's a good size. So I'll leave them there for them, just for the sake of it. Right, to work. Right, this is the top that's been scribed into the van all the way along there. So it's a good size, good fit. Ready for making the drawers to go underneath. Now what I'm going to do is just standard off your shelf steel side drawer glides. Instead of doing full extension ones and all this sort of stuff, I want something that's going to take the rigours have been thrown around a bit. Now I've used standard drawer glides on the drawer box that I did for the sliding, the sliding door. And as I said, 12 years, 15 years ago, and it's still holding up. I've had no trouble with it at all. So I'll stick with what I know is going to work. Full extension drawer glides, though they come out a long way, give you lots of space and all this sort of stuff, they can be a bit temperamental and jamming, and if you get things a bit offline, and with a van moving around a lot, this could happen. So I will go with it. So now, what I'm going for is the 150mm deep ones by 400, which is going to give me plenty on all of them. That there's 400, and there's 400, there's 400, even if it's shortest point 400, so I can get them in, no problem. Okay, that'll do the 4 drawers, that's enough there. Now, I know the height of it, which is 150. I know the depth of it, which is 400. The width, I don't know. I'm assuming and hoping it'll be about 400. But the position, I don't know. So, it won't be more than 400. So if I do 4x4 squares, 4 of them. The 150 needs to be minus the 10 of this, so 140. There we go. Yeah. 70, 60, 68, thereabouts. Now of course to show us where to make sure they're all at the same time. So stack them all up. I think it's 400, 4 times. Take it steady, heavy chunky piece of wood. Okay, 3 at 160, 150 and 1 at 110, because I've changed the size of the drawer. don't need yet. Very simple with these if you've not used them before. That bit's the front for the door to go on, whatever. So you have a bit in that way. That's the back. And you can see it's quite simple. Your base sits on that, your back sits on that, and you screw through them. Starting with the base, going on. One to there, and one to there. It's always good if you just work off the edge of a worktop like that. With the first one. Just making sure it's sitting nicely. And it's going to push at the front, so you keep it butt up tight to the back and butt up tight to the side, and then shove some screws in. That's three's enough, you don't have to fill every hole. And when you're doing the other side, you've lost the ability to support it on the edge. So use the back as a support. Like that. Okay, for the back, just hold it in place while you're putting it in. It's not difficult. Keep it tight to the bottom when you're doing it. Now, if you're not careful, they splay out a little bit. So you've got to make sure that you keep it tight as you're screwing it down. Screws getting in all the boxes. Very worrying, very dangerous. Go straight from the work. There you are. See, and within a couple of minutes, there's your first drawer ready. All we have to do is draw glides on the upper sides. Okay, right. And the last one. And that's the last one. Yes, I know it is, but I'm checking anyway. Okay, so now one on each side. On there. More than enough turns in repetition, and remembering these want to be flush with the front, but it's the depth down from the top I want to be all exactly the same. So set your depth stop. There you are, there's an amendment. Right, so set the depth stop so that it fits there, that way you can do the front and back and make sure things are level. Through there. Now remember, we're going to be putting another glide on the other side of this, so be careful where you put your screws because you don't want them hitting each other. Okay, that's one. Now, another one that. Another one that side. Yes? So, first screw, second screw. And here we go. And this one I'll go behind the wheel, just behind the wheel. So, at the back I use that one, so I use that one and that one. Once you've got two in, you don't need the gauge again. Okay, the same again. These are the individual ones for the ends. Obviously I don't need to worry about where the screws are going now. And the last one. Okay, that's them ready. Now we're ready to put them onto the worktop.